All right, today's December 14th or day 13 or Luke chapter 13. Sorry that you're seeing this on the 14th, but let's just say that I'm still learning to navigate YouTube, which is a funny statement because it seems to be pretty simple. In fact, I encourage you to get on YouTube. Maybe consider teaching. You have something to share. So even just sharing or hanging out with people, a lot of lonely folks out there. There's lots of news out there today too, and definitely most of it's bad news. But you could be a source of good news, a source of hope. So just think about it. So the people in this chapter, the characters in this chapter, they are really just Jesus. He's just teaching, sharing parables. There's a few mention of some folks asking him questions, and obviously people found in the synagogue that he's teaching at. That's about all that I see. So in this chapter, there's a part where he's teaching in that synagogue I referred to, but right in the middle of teaching, something really cool happens. It affected me the first time somebody pointed it out to me. Verse 12, it says this, "But when Jesus saw her," I like that, "he called her to him." Now there's more to that scripture, but let's focus on this part for just a moment. That's Luke chapter 12. I said it again, Luke chapter 13, verse 12, just part of it. Last year, one of my sons was really upset, really just brokenhearted that he was going to be missing out on his youth group back home in Texas because we were in Florida serving somewhere and being a part of something that would help others. But I'm sure as many as you fathers know, as a dad, it hurt my heart. So while we were in Orlando, I wanted to take my sons to a church, a place I had watched on YouTube, and I knew we would really enjoy it. Yet, upon arriving, they were not having church, a church service at least, but a prayer service. So a place that was normally full of thousands of people only had 31 folks in the auditorium. That was including me and my sons. And yes, we stayed. You see, I knew that my son, really, I had a need. We all did. And the need was to be in his presence. There's no place better than a prayer gathering. Where, how did I learn to recognize things like that need? Jesus. He shows it to us. So considering the verse I read, verse 12 earlier, in fact, let me just quote it again. "But when Jesus saw her, he called her to himself." When he saw her. There's more to that scripture, like I said earlier, but just focus on that part. Here's the thought for today. Upon entering a situation, many have an eye to see what's wrong. Some folks, many folks, have an eye to see what's right. Yet Jesus had an eye to see who was in need. I like that. So may we all be more like that. An eye to see the need. I'll see you in chapter 14.